He was with him. It's the Gang Spitter. Y'all subscribe, like, share the video. I'm just sitting back looking at Juvenile career and seeing how he came in the game with Cash Money, dropping Soldier Rag 97 all the way to now, and he finna drop Boiling Point, and I'm just not impressed. Juvenile is an artist that you never want to be like when you become an OG. Juvenile still working hard like he a new artist. Juvenile the type of artist, if he don't go get the money, meaning if he don't show up for the money, he got to go do the show, he got to go do the verse, he got to, attach his name to Cash Money. That's the only way he'll get the big checks. If Juvenile wasn't around Cash Money, there's no way he'll see the money that he's seeing now. And he ain't even getting that on his own. It take for Slim, Birdman to make phone calls, got to pair him up in the group. How come we never seen Juvenile do, if he's such a big artist and a legend, and he's supposed to be in the top 5, top 10, why he never did a tour by himself? He got the hit records, right? Why the fans won't come see him by himself? Why he need Wayne, BG, all these dudes? He do the clubs by himself, but big tours, arenas, Juvenile can't sell out no arenas by himself. Yeah, he can't sell out no football coliseum by himself, no real basketball coliseum by himself, nobody else, just him. Or if somebody else is with him, it ain't gonna be no top tier artist. He can just bring anybody and it's gonna sell. Juvenile never even topped 400 degrees. He never leveled up on no level. Not standing on his own. Every time he leave, he got to come running back to daddy house. That's Birdman and Slim. He got 2 daddies. Not as a CEO, he failed, stingy, not a good boss, not a good leader. He never leveled up in movies. He never came out with his own clothing line. He's supposed to be kicking his feet up like Slim Thug. See, look, Slim Thug living like a major artist that's selling platinum records, selling millions of records, got all the new cars. Juvenile working like a major artist that ain't getting the benefits, or a new artist. Still got to do radio runs, still got to go on tour to promote the album. He ain't mastered the social media world. So ain't no way Juvie can go to another label and create a whole bunch of motion around his name, let alone come with a hit record. Ain't no way he'll be getting these shows. The money that he getting, he need Cash Money. He need to perform them songs so he can get the most money. So he can get the most money for performing them songs. Instead of, he going against Birdman and Birdman owning the masters and the publishing and shit like that. If he got all these top tier hit records from G Code, Soldier Rag, the 400 Degrees, the Juvie the Great, he got all these big hit records, why he can't kick his feet up like Slim Thug? Huh? So evidently he don't own 100% of his catalog. Why is he still working so hard? Come on, man. Like, you don't see Jay-Z and 50 and all the real OGs who really invested their money and master other skills. They not, or you got dudes like Slim Thug who own all their music, who made hit records. They not working hard like a new artist. They'll do a show when they want to. Hell, even Sauce Walker take off years of doing shows. I done seen him do it. Money Man, he'll take off years doing shows. This dude still gotta run around like a new artist, knowing his album ain't gonna sell. Juvenile not worth $1 million with it in his pocket. Ain't no way he can go to a label, leave Cash Money, go to a label and they give him millions of dollars when he can't top what he used to do, what he used to be. That's the truth though. I guarantee you Slim Thug wouldn't want to trade shoes with Juvie. No artist who own everything and they got a catalog that's like that will want to trade shoes with Juvie. Even if Juvie got bigger songs than them, they still wouldn't want to trade shoes with Juvie. We're talking We're talking about an artist who never did nothing bigger than back that thing up. Yeah. Never found his own producer outside of Manny Fresh. That's not his producer. Never really build nothing. So the only hype or the only glory thing about Juvenile career is to back that thing up, the high and the stuff like that. Because all he got to do, if you think I'm lying, all you got to do when you do a show, don't perform none of them old songs and perform only your new songs and see the reaction from the crowd. You don't got fans right now. They lying. They fans are back in the day. That's what it is. BG, he'll be the same way. If BG didn't do that time, he'll be the same way. He'll be the same way. He'll be another artist. He'll just have more material, like more music, but no growth. No growth. Another bad CEO, never had his own clothing line, never did top tier movies or even tried movies, don't know how to work the internet, don't know how to finesse relationships and really get the money off relationships. You don't do the OnlyFans thing. Don't know how to create motion. The only reason why BG name going around the internet like it is because dudes dissing him, not because he doing shit that's so amazing. And nah, it's always gonna be he told or OG Murder dissing him, tearing gangster name attached to it. It ain't BG got the hottest song, no, or it's Turk dissing BG, or they're going back and forth. It ain't because you doing something so great. No. It ain't because BG got the hottest song. But you can't really fault BG because he did all that prison time. But the type of dude that he is, I bet you if BG never went to prison, Boosie will still be living better than BG, have more to show for than BG, make more money a weekend than BG. We see Boosie stand on his own. He let Trill stand on his own. Still do for 150,000, 200,000 a week. Yeah, still do 100K. Now we ain't seen Boosie top them records that he did with Trill, but we ain't seen as an independent artist stand on his own, stay booked up, stay in the social media world, do movies, got cologne, liquor, all that. Juvie, like, what is you doing? So I don't understand. Why would you put it in your head that you would be up under Juvenile? He's not a good leader. Could be a good husband, but not a good leader. No. Juvie and dudes like BG and them, they good at if you show them, okay, go over here and get the money. Yeah, go over here and do that. Yeah, if you kind of hold their hand. These niggas still need their hand held. Wayne don't need that. BG and Juvenile, they still, BG talking about he wanna go independent, but you still attaching your name with Cash Money. You don't really wanna, you just want that independent money. You just want that independent money and say you independent, but you still need your hand held too. Yeah, you still need your hand held too. Then nigga dropped the wrong songs before he went to prison. He was supposed to make Don't Talk to Me a single. You making other songs your single. You supposed to make that your single. It's a good thing that they did build the catalog that they built, because they still can, always be booked up, still do all them songs. Everybody love them songs. But damn, you're going to have to keep working that hard forever. You're going to have to keep working that hard forever. And you're not getting no buku money for the show. You need this tour. You need this tour. If that tour grows 200 million, y'all don't get most of that. Y'all ain't proved to Live Nation or other people who book rappers for tours that y'all could just sell out arenas. Because you would need the Cash Money and the Birdman attachment. You still wearing Rich Gang chains and shit like that instead of your own label. And so you taking steps backwards. No growth. Everybody did growth back in the getting down. Ice Cube, growth. He not still wearing NWA chains. Snoop Dogg, growth. He went back and bought Death Row. He didn't stay with no limit. He learned, took off. This growth. I bet you Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube were running trade shoes with Juvenile. What you mean? Method Man, growth. I bet you Method Man would want to trade shoes with Juvie. He can keep that catalog. But growth. We seen Method Man on TV shows way before Power, movies, and videos, music videos. He do everything. Method Man, that guy. Women love him. And got a catalog. Come on, man. Like I say, it's a good thing Birdman, the type of guy that he is, and he'll still let y'all come back home. But he know, I ain't really nothing without him. You wouldn't still be in that situation. You can come back and do the tour, but after the tour, it shouldn't still be Rich Gang, Cash Money. It should be your own brand. You got your own artists or whatever. You get so much money a year from your catalog. What you wasting your time dropping an album for when you don't sell records? You're not gonna put the marketing dollars behind it that you're supposed to. So what you gonna do? So you need to beef with OG Murder. You need any type of clout, because there's nothing that make people talk about Juvenile. If it's not the Hot Boy Tour, we don't talk about Hot Boys. So nigga really should thank Turk. Turk keep the Hot Boys in the algorithm on YouTube. Now Turk know how to stay relevant on the internet, shit like that. As far as like the internet wave, Turk the smartest one. Y'all, the only reason why y'all get talked about is because of what Turk be doing. You take that tour away, we ain't talking about y'all like that. You take the disrespect that BG getting, we ain't talking about BG like that. Because none of y'all got the streets in the chokehold. Can't none of y'all drop an album and you sell 30K your first week. But y'all can look like y'all big dog, all the jewelry, the designer clothes, and yeah, but man. After this tour, y'all should go on another tour. It shouldn't be after this tour, y'all go back to the clubs. Yeah, it shouldn't be that. Juvenile, you at least should own a club by now. You should own a club, a whole bunch of restaurants. You got niggas like Rick Ross came in the game way after you. They own all this stuff and just blow past you. You're not even good for marketing. Like, what company gonna call BG or Juvenile to market their brand, to take the brand to the next level? Because you're not good with people. You're not a people person. Like, BG can barely talk and make sense when he talks. So why would beer companies, a chip company, like any type of product, even Windex, anything, why would alcohol, peroxide, why would these companies use BG? We here, boy, B. You can't sell it. You only can sell it on beats. You can't really sell that moving products unless somebody's trying to, a food review. Like, you selling plates. But he ain't gonna, the words that he'll use not gonna make people want to come out and buy it. You see what I'm saying? Juvie, he could talk way better, but ain't nobody, he don't make people want to go buy it because he stamp it. Or make people go do that because he stamp it. And say, yeah, come do this because Juvenile said so. Nah. So it seems like they only good for performing them old Cash Money songs. You think Birdman will still sign them or let them come back if they didn't have that catalog? It wouldn't be no need for him. Because Birdman know he would lose if he had to base Juvenile and BG off their new music, and he gave them, say BG wanted $3 million to sign. There's no way that Birdman would make that $3 million back plus another $3 million. You'll want to double and triple your money. There's no way he'd be in the hole. So what's best for BG and Juvie is to go independent. Besides being back with Cash Money. Because you're going to lose. When the album only going to sell, he won't even sell 200,000, 100,000 probably. The album not going to sell that much. They're not going to make no new songs that'll take over summers, that'll really go crazy. So if they're not really getting a big slice of the pie with their music, their new music that they're dropping, they wouldn't make a lot of money off music. They'll make money off their shows and features. If the people calling them for features, they're not really making a lot of money off their music though, because they don't sell, they don't make hit records no more. Unless they independent. If you're getting 80-20, they getting 80% their way, 70-30. Then if you sell 50,000 copies, you can make some good money. But if you got a major deal and you only getting 20%, like Meek Mill 13%, and you selling with Juvenile or BG or sell, you're not making no money off your music. You're not getting another check from the label. That's why you gotta stay on the road. That's why you gotta, if you notice, the people who really own their catalogs and really own their masters and publishing and everything, they don't really gotta stay on the road like that. I'm talking about the OGs, even a lot of young niggas like Money Man, well, they ain't young nigga, but the younger artists, the Money Mans, the Slim Thugs, the Sauce Walkers, niggas ain't really gotta do a whole bunch of shows. Yeah, but when you don't get a big percentage, hell yeah, you gotta stay moving, stay on that road, stay doing interviews, stay in that studio. You got to. You got to. Cause how Birdman making his money? He ain't just doing it because he fuck with you and you his best friend. He got to make some money off of you too, so yeah. You got artists in the game, they got their masters and publishing their catalog, and they had one big hit record and they still eating, living good. They ain't gotta do a whole bunch of shows and be in front of the social media world, and they still eating good. They still living it up. We say what? I do. They still living it up. Juvenile used Instagram for all the wrong reasons outside of promoting new music that don't nobody want to hear. Juvenile can't go viral to save his life. You better be going back and forth for OG murder. Because we already know your story, Juvie. You can't rap like how you used to, so what's the point of buying your album? What do we need to hear from an old man like you? You ain't giving us no game. What young nigga want to be like Juvenile? So what we listening to you for? You don't got, when Juvenile spit now, we don't be like, what that boy said? Whoo! You don't still got it like Jeezy in them. You can't, like how Jeezy outdid EG on that song. You can't do that. Who can you outdo? So you should just focus on dropping singles, dropping the album for what? You know not to put a whole bunch of marketing dollars behind that because you be wasting money. Tax write-off. Unless you really gonna pay the radio and everybody to boost it up and it, you have your bots and shit like that. Other than that, like, you should just focus on just dropping records and trying to have a club banger, a street anthem, some shit like that, the song of the winter, the song of the fall, the song of the summer. Not dropping an album. We don't care about your album. We don't care about the new nigga album. So what you think we're gonna do with your shit? You just wanna embarrass yourself? What you wanna see your shit sell 10K? Because what's the hype about your album? You're not even promoting it good. If anything, you should be going back and forth with OG Murder, promoting your album, which it'll make more blogs, call you to do interviews. But we already know your situation. We already know your story. You come over there, you're going to talk about the Hot Boy Tour. You're going to talk about Turk. You're going to talk about this. Yeah, they had to put Hot Boy Turk in your title. You can't just be everything what Juvenile got going on. It ain't going to, if a nigga paid Juvenile $15,000 for an interview, the only way you're gonna make your money back, you're gonna have to put twerk in your, in the title. You're gonna have to put OG murder. You're gonna have to put certain things. Other than that, like, you're gonna lose your money. You would get it on the back end, tax write-off, but yeah, you ain't gonna see no profit. So yeah, man, Slim Thug, niggas still know how to go viral. He know how to say certain things to make them go viral. To get reposted on Shade Room, y'all niggas don't know how to go viral. It'll take for y'all to do something stupid, locked up, or y'all fell out. Other than that, like, you can't just talk in the camera and then go crazy on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so man, but like I say, it's better than not being booked up, not working at all. So like I say, that's why it's important when you're in your prime to come out with the most songs that you can. But damn, if you don't, level up and learn other skills or just become a real boss, you're gonna have to work like a slave for the rest of your celebrity career. It's never you kicking your feet back. So of course you stress, of course you be aggravated, of course of course. Of course. When you gonna really get some real rest? This tour right here should not be, it could be BG because BG been locked up, so he can't really. Juvie, this should not be your biggest check that you be getting. It should not be. There's no way you shouldn't be making more money off your music than you do tours and shows. Or you ain't getting a big bag in the movies. Come up with a documentary or something. A book or something. Damn. But yeah, man. It is what it is, though. Like I say, yeah, Juvenile legend. Yeah, as far as like the South, he top 10 in a lot of people's books, on a lot of people's lists and shit like that. Yeah, he got classic albums. But I ain't impressed as far as like growth. As far as like growth, I ain't impressed. What he did with G Code, what he did with Soldier Rags, what he did with 400 Degrees, impressed. After that, trash. Trash. Mid. Sometimes popcorn mid. But Juvie ain't came out with no gas. Last time Juvie had some good perk or some good gas, some good Kush, OG Kush, some good sour diesels when he did the song with Soulja Slim, Slow Motion. Everything else being popcorn mid. Maybe perp, when perp not in no more. Everything else just regular mid and top tier Reggie. So it is what it is. Y'all hit that like button. Call me a hater in the comments. Cuss me out in the comments. Follow me on IG, _gang_spitter. Donate to the channel, $, Dagamespitter704. He was with him. Gone.
This video right here is brought to you by EliFixCredit.com. Hey man, say man, this the deal of the year right here. To all my fans, my following, my supporters, anybody who rock with me, this the best way I can help you. This the best game I done gave since I done started the YouTube, really, because this right here gonna turn your situation all the way up. Tony the Closer, he just teamed up with Eli, and guess what they doing right now, man? If your credit starts with a 4, 5, or 6, I'm telling you right now, stop playing. I'm talking late payments. I'm talking collections. I'm talking evictions. I'm talking repos, charge-offs, all that there, man. He taking all that off your credit, and it ain't taking 6 months, a year, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, none of that there. I'm saying you're going to see results in 4, 5 days. Let me tell y'all again, because I don't think you heard me. I'm saying he's showing y'all results in 4, 5, 6, 7 business days. And he only charging y'all $250. And he guaranteeing you funding. And if you want business credit, he charges $500 and he can guarantee you 6-figure funding. If he don't keep his word, if he don't show you results with 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and then the big results in like 2 to 3 weeks, he'll give you money back and give you $100. I say he'll give you $250 back and give you $100 for playing with you, for playing with your top. Same thing if you decide to go the business route and you want business credit fixed and you need trade lines, primaries, he got it all. If you're an artist and you need funding and ain't no labels reaching out to you, you want that big bag, you need to holler at Eli, pay the $250, pay the $500, fix your credit, build your credit, add some primaries and trade lines. Oh, that's a different fee. Add some trade lines and primary, and take this to the bank and get your funding and take off with your rap career, your R&B career, your movie career, whatever you got going on, your restaurant, your barbershop, your truck driving business, your hair salon. So I'm telling y'all, man, like, y'all know we in America. They only care about credit. Credit is king these days. This ain't the streets. Cash is king in the streets. But this is real life, the real world. So credit is what you need. You got a 4, 5, 6. You can't get that apartment. You making the money, but you still can't get the apartment you want. You can't get that house you want. You can't get that car you want because you ain't reached out to Tony the closer, or you ain't reached out to Eli and paid the $250. And then you ain't even got to pay the $250 up front. You can just pay $64 today, and you can team up with Zip, and you can do 4 payments. So $64 a day if you get approved. So $64 a day if you team up with Zip and you get approved, and then you got 4 payments. So you ain't even got to come out of pocket all the way to $250. 64, he gonna get to work. As soon as you pay the 64, you get approved with Zip, he gonna get to work. So by the time you probably pay all your $250, you already seeing results. If it don't work, if I'm capping, or you feel like this is a scam, like the other fake internet dudes be doing, they be taking your money, you gotta pay all this buku money. He give me your money back and give me $100. And he ain't taking all day, so it ain't gonna take that long to get your money back. He only got a week to show you the results, and then about 2 or 3 weeks to show you the big results. So how you gonna lose? I'm telling you, the link in the bio. Y'all go over there, either have your $64 ready or your $250, and fix your credit. Take them 500 scores, 600 scores, take it to 750, 780, 800. Get you some trade line primaries. Fix your business credit. Man, get with the program, man. That's EliFixCredit.com. That's EliFixCredit.com. If you still can't find it, go to Tony the Closer IG, Tony the Closer _ That's his IG at Tony the Closer _ Go over there, subscribe to him. He ain't come to his DM, tell him the game spitter sent you, and say you need that credit score plug. And if you need the game on the real estate, you already know. I'm gonna drop that link too. So man, y'all tap in. He was with him. Go.
I'm just tripped out right now, man. And I don't like to put people in my business, especially my financial business. But I got to tell y'all about this. So about a year, maybe 8, 9 months ago, I started working with a credit repair company to get my credit right. I already had worked with a couple. They didn't do nothing. But this one, we were seeing some progress. But again, it took a year and a half to make the progress that we made. So that progress looked like I probably started around about low 500s across all 3 bureaus. And we got one of them up to about the mid 600s. And the other 2 really hadn't made any progress. They was still around the mid 500s. So I just got impatient and I said, screw it. I came across Eli and I didn't know what to expect. And I still would say on my wildest dreams, I didn't expect this. In 30 days, he took my credit scores from what I just told you, mid 500s to mid 600 on the highest one, to this being my lowest, from the mid 500s, right? These 2 right here, now 748, 756. And the one that was in the, I think 660 or something like that, mid 600s, going on the upper 600s, 816. But he did it in 30 days. I don't know if y'all hear me. I spent over a year and a half, thousands of dollars with another company after wasting my money before that. And this ain't a screenshot. I don't know if y'all can see the date right here. It says May 5th. And the last refresh of mine was 502. $90,000, $93,000 in debt wiped off my credit report in 30 days. 100+ point jump across all 3 bureaus, even the one that wasn't that bad, in 30 days. So if you even been thinking about getting your credit repaired, this is your sign to stop stalling, because I don't really know how he's going to be this effective and still have any type of capacity or availability to keep working with people. But just take it from me. Matter of fact, don't take it from me. Take it from my FICO score. Let me just read, because I know some people do screenshots and all that kind of stuff. I don't want y'all to think this is cap. I don't want y'all to think this is cap. Let me see if I can find my name. It's not logged into nobody else's stuff. Excuse my internet. Come on. Not logged into nobody else's stuff. I don't want y'all to see the addresses and stuff. Y'all can see here at the bottom. Yeah, this is me, current day results, receipts. So again, if you've been thinking about getting your credit repaired with anybody else, you're about to do yourself a huge disservice. Waste a whole lot of money, waste probably a year plus on waiting for them to get you incremental results. When this dude, he ain't even finished because he's a perfectionist. But his incremental ain't their incremental. This is just the progress update. We ain't even done. We ain't even got to the business funding yet. But if you want to get your credit repaired,